What do you think about the community in the CSD department?
All right, when I think about the community in the CSD department, I just think about all the connections that I made just with my peers, my cohort, the opportunities I've made for connections in the clubs with NSSLHA and MCC, and even just the connections that I made with faculty over the past couple years have been the most connection I've ever made, and it's been a really awesome experience.
I think it's pretty chill, you know, it's a great group of people that you can like connect with for 2 years and get to know everybody, and like the professors are pretty chill as well.
I think our community brings together a lot of different people and perspectives, and we're very lucky to have a faculty that cares a lot about the students and wants to be involved, invites us to office hours and those sorts of things. I've met a lot of different people in the cohort and in the different cohorts, and I think working with NSSLHA, I was a NSSLHA officer this year, has kind of given me a new perspective on the community and the way in which like students can support students in the community. So that's been a really great factor in my senior year here.
I think it could be better. I think there are definitely a group of people that show up to all the events and like contribute to like trying to plan more things and like community events, but I think as a whole it could be better, especially like with more opportunities to like build a community.
I think that the community is really connected. I love that it's a lockstep program so that you have similar or the same peers from your junior year through your senior year. I think that that really helps bring us together and obviously sparks conversation within your courses.
I think the community in the CSD department is probably one of the most defining aspects of our major. The nature of it being a lockstep program and you having a cohort has really built a lot of community in my life and given me some awesome friends.
Honestly, the community in the communication sciences and departments major like really made or break Western for me. Before, I was just kind of like bouncing between majors trying to find something that I wanted to be in, and after the first class we all took together and it was like, oh my gosh, I've never had a study group before, like it really felt like a community and everybody was like riding for you.
It's been really relieving how sweet everyone is. I know this is a pretty competitive field, but recently it's just been all of us kind of working together, a lot of just like, hey, like I have a question, and then like everyone kind of just helps each other out, which is just, I wasn't expecting it with how competitive our fields can be.
And all our professors are really kind and helpful, and we love our TAs and our grad students very much. And everyone in the cohort is super sweet, and I feel like we're like a big friend group.
Yeah.
I think the community is good. Since it's a cohort, it's really easy to form bonds with the people that you're taking classes with, since you're taking all of your classes with them. So I think the bond like within the cohorts is pretty strong, but like cross like juniors and seniors, it's a bit harder to find connections. And I don't know any of the graduate students very well, other than people that I just happened to know before they became graduate students. But the faculty is also very supportive and understanding of us as we go through the undergraduate process.
I love the department. I think it's been a really great experience for me. In this department, I've made some of like my best friends here at Western. It's really great. There's a lot of opportunities to make new friends and build relationships with professors.
I have been lucky to feel that the community is really welcoming. I did feel at first that there was like kind of like little groups of people, but the longer and longer I took classes with people, the more I realized that everyone wants to get to know other people. We're all just college students, so I think it's very welcoming.
I think there's a lot of community in the CSD department. I think that I found my main group of friends here and been able to be a part of a lot of clubs, and so I felt really supported and welcomed into the CSD community at Western.
I think that the CSD department is very much good at working together. We all have the same problems, have the same triumphs, we all have the same goal that we're working towards, and being able to connect on that level really helps everybody kind of get along and really work together. So, yeah.
Yeah, to build off that, I think it's really inclusive and like we all just like help each other, and if someone like doesn't know, someone else will step in and help them, and I really like that.
What are some other ways that more community can be fostered within the department?
I think there should be more like, I don't know if it's on the student or the faculty side, but more just kind of like study nights or like hangout, get to know you nights. I also love like during the first weeks of class when professors actually try to like get to know the students. I would appreciate maybe if there's like more time built into the curriculum for like stuff like that, especially in classes like Soch, where you're all kind of going to be learning a lot about each other. Yeah, I just think more like dedicated time to get to know each other. And space. I really want the undergrad room back. Really excited about that.
I think it would be great if there was more community between the grad students and the undergrads, between cohorts, and then also between faculty and students. I think it's hard because especially with grad students and faculty, they're so busy. But whenever that can happen at like events and clubs and stuff, I think that would be great.
Like, if people were like networking and like doing events like tie-dyeing events or the soiree, like I think that would foster more of a community.
Like having more outreach to like freshmen and sophomores who are at Western could be a way to build a more holistic community at the university for our department, just because I know before I started in the program, it's an odd experience starting the program your junior year and you have never met any of these people. Like this is the first time you're taking a class with them. So I think having more ability to connect with people like before you get started in the program, and having more information available about the program, having more advising available, like being able to connect with the faculty before you get involved with the program and start the lockstep. I think for me that was something that was lacking.
Go to your clubs. Join NSSLHA. Join MCC.
I think just like, again, just the clubs themselves. And then I think that we do a really good job. I feel like it's like the office hours are always available. There's always someone to talk to.
Studying with people is really great.
Studying with people, yeah. And then just talk to people. Everyone's nice.
I know that there's a peer support thing in the works, so I think that could really help. It could really help people like to know like what steps are next, like if they like what they can do to advance themselves in the program and in the field and things like that. I think just more communication about paths other than speech pathology and audiology, and just different like just different paths in life other than just those two things, because it seems like it's kind of funneling you in one of two directions.
Yeah, I think with more community being fostered, I think that we have a really small program. You know, it would be awesome to be able to expand that program more, getting more connections with other majors, with linguistics or anthropology, even sociology. So I think being able to build more of a connection, I think we're kind of isolated over here in AIC, and I think being able to foster more of a community with other majors and even doing more interdisciplinary studies would be really awesome.
I think that on the same note of enjoying the lockstep, I think that if in the beginning of your junior year the professors in those first few classes really tried to get everybody to talk to each other instead of people separating off into their little friend groups would be really beneficial, just so everyone at least knows each other's names and you can like wave at someone when you see them on campus.
I think if there were more department run events and like events that seemed like more official, I think that would like encourage more people to go, especially because a lot of the time it can feel kind of like isolating just being in class all the time, and we have a pretty heavy workload, so having like more fun opportunities would be super cool.
I think we often kind of get stuck in our cliques pretty soon after the beginning of the cohort is founded, which can be beautiful, but I also like wish I interacted with more people in my major a lot more. I think ways I've done that is through involvement in clubs, so more people involving themselves in clubs in the major, and just more like departmental events, I believe, and more opportunities to mingle with classes below us or above us that the department puts on events for would be cool.
I think that, and this is something that NSSLHA has been working on this year, but I think that fostering relationships between the two cohorts, between the junior cohort and the senior cohort, would be a really effective way to do that. Just because I feel like it's such strong, tight-knit communities within the cohorts, but if there was a way to get everybody involved.
I think just joining the clubs and getting yourself involved, going to office hours, just talking to your professors and just your cohort, I think really helps.
Yeah, building connections with as many people as possible really is the best way to do that, whether it be your classmates, other cohorts, club members, people who want to come into the major or come into the department, and yeah, professors, TAs, really just getting to know everybody.
I think a big way to foster more community is to have more like overlap between both of the cohorts. In a lot of cases, there's not really any interaction in between them. So I think that would be a great way to expand our circles.
If you could describe your experience in the CSD department in one word, what would it be?
Exhilarating.
Adventurous.
Do you have one? Did you think one?
No, you're type A. You got it.
Am I? I think supportive.
Yeah. I say relieving.
Helpful.
Honestly, hard. Like, I thought it was hard. It was really fun and really awesome, but if there was one word, it was hard.
It was hard.
In a good way, though. In like a way that you want it to be.
Yeah, I would say supportive. I just always felt supported.
I'd say compassionate.
I would say fun.
Probably inspiring.
My word would be comprehensive.
Exciting.
I'll just say growth.
I guess caring.
I think welcome. Yeah, I think that's a good word.